Howdy folks, Justin here, and today we're hopping onto the ladder with Rage Warrior, which is a deck that got some very straightforward, potential additions to its list with Isle of Madness. We included a handful of them, and I hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to see how Rage Warrior does against the current field of Complete Madness, which is actually the state of the ladder at the moment, which is I am absolutely enjoying the shit out of. Alright, Xandar Invicta. Cool. Now, Xandar is home to the Nova Corps, who for a long time were in possession of one of the Infinity Stones. Now, unfortunately for the Xandarians, Thanos, off-screen even, that's how much disrespect is involved in this, Thanos off-screen went and wiped out the Nova Corps and took the Infinity Stone. So, Xandar Invicta, man without a country. It's unfortunate. But they're the Master of Prowess, which I have tremendous respect for. And they're playing Dwemer, apparently, which is cool, so let's rock and roll. We got nothing going on, but that's fine. I think we'll lead to Treeminder, unless there's like a compelling reason to lead with Skaven Pyromancer. It's pretty compelling, I'd say, I guess, so yeah, let's do that. Alright, so it looks like they might just be tokens, and Gearwork Spider's just a value type thing for them, which is totally reasonable. I wanted to shut off their Resolute ally. I didn't want to just die. And I got nothing. So actually, maybe they're not tokens. Maybe I just don't know what's happening here. I am going to just play Treeminder. I'm going to poke them. And I'm going to pass the turn. Now we're getting to a point where next turn, if I Indral Mastermind something badass into the graveyard, Falkreath Defiler Quicksilver Crossbow could do some great work. Okay, this is actually not terrible for us because we're going to draw a card too. They get to draw 2 cards. Oh, we actually don't. I apparently can't count. But again, they're not advancing their board, which is probably good for us. Other than Gearwork Spider, which is, I guess, a third of the cards they play, we don't know that they're doing anything particularly great. Let's play the Indral Mastermind over here. Drive Mad seems like it's just not any good in this matchup, but I will take it because Cicero I can bring back from the discard pile. Now, we played the Treeminder and we discarded Cicero, so they probably know exactly what we're doing right now. Yeah, turn 5 for a Crusader deck that runs Imperial Grunts to have 7 cards and no board, and both of us sitting at 26 is a little odd. So there might be something afoot. Okay, this is Rage Crusader. Well, we're just gonna crossbow this. And you know what? I'm comfortable just going face. We got pretty good control of the board. We have lethal creatures in both lanes if something goes disastrously wrong and we have to Unstoppable Rage. Huh. Well, now I'm intrigued. Super intrigued, even more so because it's not Singleton. Let's get Regenerate on these guys. Charge. Rally. Go face. You have a Priest of the 8. Ooh. Did it also get Charge? Got Rally. Okay. You have East March Crusader in your deck, man. Go face. There we go. Unstoppable Rage number 2. Cool. What are we doing here? Could bring back Cicero. Doesn't seem great. Could just keep going face. One's got like actual nothing going on here. I guess bringing back Cicero isn't terrible, given that we have Unstoppable Rages and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. I'm just gonna clear this stuff off. I'm gonna grab Cicero. And, you know, I wasn't going to swing, but I think I still am going to swing. Like, I'm putting reasonable amounts of pressure on the board. Obviously, you should, if you're trying to win, you should swing first. But kind of just changed my mind after I made that decision to trade over here. You know, obviously if they have a Cradle Crush Giant, like good game, but I don't know. Drive Mad, by the way, absolutely gorgeous. I haven't seen any other new cards, but we do have Squish the Wimpy. A couple other things. Oh, they're running Execute. Did not see that coming. If they Cradle Crush now, they're in a pretty good position. I mean, I can drive it mad, but I got nothing else going on. We've ramped twice, which is worth something. We can just bring it back again. Got lethal. So, okay. I mean, in some respects, this is the greatest unstoppable rage of all time. Alright, it's considerably worse now. The Gatekeeper. New card. What am I doing? What if I Unstoppable Rage on this? What am I doing then? Bringing back those 3 cards? Unstoppable Rage here, all I'm doing is ramping for 2. Gatekeeper over here makes a lot of sense to me. But the inclusion of Execute says to me that they've got other stuff going on. I can bring back Cicero and then Unstoppable Rage Cicero. I think I'm just going to do this. Got a 3/6 in hand right now. I'm going to do a little ramp. And I'm going to play the Gatekeeper. And I'm going to pass the turn. Gatekeeper is a 6/6 for 5 with guard. It says only one creature in this lane can attack each turn. Very strong card. Very strong card. Very interesting. I like it in my Insanity Sorcerer deck. I like it in this deck. I like it a lot in Ramp Sorcerer, Control Sorcerer. You know, archetypes that aren't, like, there, but might be, you know, with this new card pool. Oh, this is what they're trying to do. Heretic Conjurer. This was a new card that I tried playing on stream, and I think it actually might be the worst new card in the game. Unfortunately. Alright. So, looks like Xandar Invicta, like the Nova Corps that they came from, has fallen to Rage Warrior. We'll be right back. Alright, we are back for one final game with Rage Warrior, using a bunch of cool new stuff from the expansion. Are we using enough cool new stuff? It's debatable, who knows? But we are trying out some new cards, which I'm super excited about. So let's see how they do in this game against Roland P., who is on Halalu. I wonder what kind of exciting new Halalu brews there are. Alright, Camel. Yeah, you know what? I'm keeping all this. Treeminder, Venom Tongue, Camel. If it's some kind of control Halalu, Venom Tongue's not great, but we should be able to tell early if that's the case, and if it's not, then dropping a Venom Tongue on turn 3 even could be pretty strong. So, in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and grab this field lane with this and see what happens. Our opponent, by the way, the Truthbringer. So thank you for that. Cool. Rally onto the Venom Tongue. That's cool too. Alright, now we still appear to be either type of warrior, which does have some benefits. And frankly, if they keep feeding us stuff, like, okay. Now we're gonna give it up when we play the Treeminder, which might invite them to the Shadow Lane, where our 2/5 Venom Tongue could put in some work. You know, East March Crusader is a card that could be in a more aggressive, a less aggressive Halalu. So we don't know anything yet, actually.
Let's see if we can't reach an arrangement.
Okay. Well, makes Venom Tongue a risky play. But that makes it less risky, because we can just bring it back. So if they have, like, Nord Firebrands, I mean, there's a lot of ways they could double trade into our guy here, but I think that's okay. I think that's okay. Yeah. You know, if this eats a scimitar, like, that's great for us, right? If our opponent's, like, actually doing nothing. Okay. And then we Necromancer it back. Seems pretty good. Now, we have kind of nothing in our hand, but with the Merchant's Camel, like, we're sitting pretty good. They can only hit us on board for 3, so they can't turn on the East March Crusaders. I kind of expect them to have another one. They have a charge creature here. That's less than ideal for us, but this doesn't look too bad. And they're probably tempted to trade both their guys in, which, again, should be good for us. Right. Well, let's play Merchant's Camel. We want Squish the Wimpy. With the 2 Unstoppable Rages in our hand and the Venom Tongue, I think we probably just want Venom Tongue. And then we will Rapid Shot this. Pureblood Elder. Okay, so we've only ramped once, but we do have a lot of options here. We have a lot of options. Squish the Wimpy, by the way, one of my favorite new cards. Sure. I mean, that's good for him. That is really good for him. Okay. Sure. That's really good for him. Negating my precious, precious Venom Tongue. There's Cicero. Well, we don't actually have any good plays here. Except Pureblood Elder into the Shadow Lane to continue ramping. It should be impossible for them to remove. They can silence it. If they do, that's, you know, not great for us. But if it just sits there for a couple turns ramping us, like, that's awesome, because an Unstoppable Rage on a Venom Tongue is what we want to do first. What we do second is hopefully Unstoppable Rage on the Pureblood Elder. Okay. This is a really interesting way that our opponent's navigating this. I think we probably would have lost if they had just gone face from the beginning. Okay, we can kind of go nuts here. We'll get up to 12 Magicka this way. If I squish the Wimpy. I can't quite Unstoppable Rage this lane yet. With the Venom Tongue. So let's say I'm going to need 2 turns to do the amount of ramping I want to do here. Because this fighting this will get me to 12. At the start of my turn, assuming this lives and ramps again, I'll go to 14. I need 18 to do what I'm trying to do here. So why don't we actually draw a card, or a couple cards. Let's keep our opponent off his stuff. And just get some more options. Drive Mad, Indral Mastermind. Okay, so we're going to play the Indral Mastermind. For a Barrow Stalker at this point. And then we're going to pass the turn. They're probably going to feel obligated to trade into this. I don't think they have Leaf Lurker. They look like a pretty traditional Halalu deck. Next turn I can Unstoppable Rage on a Venom Tongue into a full lane. Sure. So they're doing a little refueling. Both lanes are going to be super hostile to them. Because once I Unstoppable Rage in the Venom Tongue, this should be a 16-16. I could have probably won over the course of 2 turns had I swung with the Pureblood Elder last turn and then planned on ramp raging next turn. But I think this is much safer. Sure. Sure. Okay, so that kind of changes things. There's raiding party. Okay, well, they're doing a pretty good job of navigating around what we got going on here. Maybe it's not a rage turn at all. Sure. Or maybe it is. I can't play the Barrow Stalker to get this off the board, though. I could rage the Barrow Stalker. How crazy is that? I play Tree Minder over here. I swing into this. I swing into this. I rage the Barrow Stalker.
The waters of life.
I like this better. 13 life is fine. And I bring back the Tree Minder. And that should put us to 18 next turn. Which doesn't necessarily mean they're dead. They might not play anything into this lane. But they might. And then they'll die. Unless they can remove this, but it doesn't look like they can. Cool. Alright. So we are assuming we're going to 18 next turn. Yeah, there we go. Let's just make sure that everything works out here. There we go. Sweet. An oldie but a goodie. And Drive Mad. I mean, super flexible, card that we can use. Didn't end up using it. I like it for the destroying your own guy thing. So, strong. Turn 8's a guaranteed trigger on Falkreath Defiler. See you on the ladder, guys.